But they will set up judges. That's why he set up 150,000. You have to learn that song.
That's right.
The rest, you know, there's a multitude out there you can see. But yeah, this is one I was just saying
Because no, that's right. Because their focus. Hey, you can work, you can do a bunch of things, right? But the point is that your focus, has to be in the scriptures in order for you to gain that lesson and that experience. That has to be your priority. Everything else comes second. You see what I mean? Whereas a lot of people in the world, everything else comes first, and then the word, would come second or in the last. If they believed in it. You see what I mean? So, in order for you to gain wisdom, man, okay, you gotta put this thing first, man. You have to put this thing first.
Luke 21 and 35 and 34. And take heed to yourself, lest at any time your hearts be overcharged with surfeiting and drunkenness and the cares of this life, and so that day come upon you unawares. For as a snare shall it come on all them that dwell on the face of the whole earth. Watch ye therefore, and pray always, that ye may be accounted worthy to escape all these things that shall come to pass, and to stand before the Son of Man.
That's right, because all of these things will swiftly take you back. Here it is. You want a certain thing, and now it's something bad. Like another thing shows up, or you get distracted. Like in a group of crowds. To go ahead and do things of the world and so on and on. Man. You see, the scriptures telling you, man, okay, that you have to occupy in the scriptures, right? And you have to have your eyes single towards the Lord, right? Especially now.
2 Peter 1 and 10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if ye do all these things, ye shall never fail.
That's right, man.
Ye shall never fall.
That's right, man. You gotta, all the like you constantly have to examine yourself whether you do things. Because these are the things that I'm gonna keep you going, man. See? These are the things that keep you going because it's very easy to get distracted because you're in the midst of you are in the midst of wickedness. And then on top of that, we're in the flesh. You see? And the flesh, constantly going to do the things of the world. So that's why you have to separate yourself. It's not easy, but hey, man, there's no excuses at the end of the day.
Proverbs 12 and 26. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor,
Right.
but the way of the wicked seduces them.
That's right, man. So, hey, you might be righteous, but the ways of the wicked, okay, will seduce you. It'll tempt you. You see? That's why the scripture says, if it were possible, they would have deceived the very elect. Now imagine them that are not of the elect. If it's very close to deceive an elect man, imagine them that are not of the elect. Right? They're overtaken, quickly, man.
Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of YAHAWASHI. No man that worth entangleth himself in the affairs of this life, that he may please him who hath chosen him to be his soldier.
That's right. That's right, man. You can't entangle yourself with the affairs of this life, man. So, the little positions that you have here and there, you do the best that you can, but at the end of the day, you have to understand, that you're probably going to lose everything. You're probably going to lose all of it, man. Now, the one thing that you can't lose is the faith that you're supposed to have towards YAHAWASHI. Because, that's what's going to, be able to give you that salvation at the end of the day, man. You see, that is the end goal. You see, Esau's end goal is to microchip everyone. Hey, our our end goal is that salvation, man. You know, is to have that faith on the Lord YAHAWASHI.
So 1 Timothy chapter 4 and 16. Take heed unto thyself and unto the doctrine. Continue in them. For in doing this thou shalt both save thyself and them that hear thee. Take heed unto thyself. You gotta watch yourself. You gotta watch yourself. This is the battle between the flesh and the spirit. Constant battle. Constant battle. And it's really in the mind.
One last thing.
The mind.
How do you want to mind? You know, like, you know, sometimes first thing you do is like when you wake up, you know, Satan attacks you, man. You know, in your mind, bro. Just, you know, in the morning, you know, just, you know what I mean? Like, God damn, man, I just woke up. Leave me the fuck alone, bro. Right? So it's a constant battle, man. And that's why you constantly gotta pray, man. Okay, you know, before you go to bed, when you wake up, you see what I mean? Because, you know, hey, man, you know, Satan isn't taking no breaks.
Plans to do something, but the Lord has other plans. Regardless, you're gonna go. No matter if it's, listen, you might forget your keys somewhere like this morning, man. You can't find my keys. Where my keys at, man? You know, you went to that, leave it in the car, you doing all this, but it was ultimately, hey, I'm just being real. I had plans to do something before coming here. The Lord said, nah, bro. And because of this, you know,
You lose your keys.
yeah, I'm gonna hold these keys, bro. You know? All these things, hey, it's the Lord, bro.
Spiritual.
Lord, man. Yo, you know, hey, yo, the Lord, YAHAWASHI must say, you know, like, you know, the Lord is our Father, man. Yeah. You know what I mean, you know? Hey, man, because, you know what I mean, like, we're His children, right? You know, sometimes, you know what I mean, even, like, when you pray, sometimes, like, you know, you pray for things that you probably don't even need, you know? And, like, you know, Lord, you know? You know? Yeah, right? Yo, and the Lord's like, nah, man. You know what I mean? And so, hey, you know, sometimes, you know, you get that discipline, you know, I'm through, you know, like you said, you know, like, you know, you lose your keys or something. But then, you know, all of a sudden, like, it just shows up. You know what I mean? You know?
Point in, the lesson learned, man. What comes first is this truth. You know, you're trying to do something real quick, man. You gotta run. No, man. Do this first. Handle this first. Get by your father's business.
Hey, kind, man. You know, like, and even, like, in the world, you know, like, with my father, you know, like, whenever I wanted to do something, you know, that I wanted to do, like, nah, man, you know, do what I told you to do first, and then you can do what you want after. It's the same thing, man, with the Lord. Right? You know, do His work first. Hey, go feed my sheep, man. You see what I mean? You know, do you love me? Go feed my sheep. You know, that's a priority. And then, you know what I mean? You can do what you want, but right? Like, it has to be done in order, of course, right? But the point was that do the work of the Lord first, man. Everything else comes after. You got that.
Sirach 39 and 33. All the works of the Lord are good, and He will give every needful thing in due season.
Hey. That's right. In due season, man. You know? Yeah. When He sees fit. Right?
Who is what? Who's in control? He's like,
That's right.
give you instruction what you're gonna do. Yeah, right, you're sleeping. You're snoring. Yeah, you're slumbering. Yeah, you're on your bed. You're tossing to and fro.
Hey, that's you fighting. You know, I don't want to do that. Yo, you're gonna do it. Yo.
You're gone out there.
Yeah.
You know, just, you know, knock the hell out. And the Lord is like, now look at this dude. You know what I mean? God, we got it.
Romans 7 and 22. For I delight in the law of the Most High after the inward man, but I see another law in my members, warring against the law of my mind, and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin, which is in my members.
The law of sin, which is in your flesh. You know? That's why it says that we're in those chains of darkness. You know, we're stuck in those everlasting chains of darkness, man. That's that flesh. You're warring with every day, man. You know?
Revelation 17. Keep going.
Is that Romans 7?
7.
Yeah, it was says the things that I want.
It says here, Romans 7 and 14. For we know that the law is spiritual, but I am carnal, sold under sin. For that which I do, I allow not. For what I would, that do I not. But what I hate, that I do. If then I do that which I would not,
It's bred in us. We hate sin. That's why you go off, you feel the defiled in your body. You know? Yes, we know that our sins are covered by Yahawashi, but still the fact remains that, you know, it still it strikes your heart, man, your mind. You know? Yeah.
then if then I do that which I would not, I consent unto the law that it is good. Now then, it is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. For I know that in me, that is in my flesh, dwelleth no good thing. For the will is present with me, but how to perform that which is good I find not. For the good that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do.
I think there's a little more that says, woe is me.
Yep, yep.
Shall deliver me.
Romans 7 and 24. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? I thank the Most High through Yahawashi HaMashiach, or Lord. So then, with the mind, I myself serve the law of the Most High, but with the flesh, the law of sin.
That's right, that's that battle. You have to overcome, ultimately by not giving in to Esau, Edom. Okay? Which he's going to tempt your flesh, man. So it's called the hour of temptation. Okay, you want to eat, you want to, you know, you want to eat, you want to go on, you know, live, a so-called decent life. You got to take this chip, you know. But hey, we thank Yahawashi that our eyes were open, that there's nothing that this devil can promise us, man. And this is really like this past year. You know, I can speak for myself, like, it lets you know that there's nothing here, man.
Right.
You know, like, obviously, Salaki, I know the apostles, brothers that have been in the truth longer, they've been known, like, yo, they can't wait.
God.
You know? Yeah. That's how I speak for myself, like, there's nothing here, man. There's nothing here. You know? So, maybe Yahawashi bring his kingdom, and then we have to be tried. And we have to be tried, we have to drink to the cup. You know?
That's right. Like I wanted to, I'm going to speak a little bit about the fact that when you mentioned that, we don't want to sin. Even when we were, in the world, there's certain things that, you didn't even, actually read it, but within your spirit, you knew, that those things were off, man. You see what I mean? There's a precept right here, the book of Romans chapter 2, verse 14. It says, for when the Gentiles, which have not the law, do by nature the things contained in the law, these having not the law are a law unto themselves, which show the work of the law written in their hearts. Damn, bro. Hey, man, that's right, man. Hey, man, when I was in the world, man, I knew, to lay down with a woman who's been popped was wrong, man. So that yeah, man, like it was just in my spirit, like at the time, like I never, read the scriptures, etc. Like about it, but it was always in my spirit, man. I needed, to deal with a woman who was a virgin. You see, which like ultimately, which like ultimately, like it goes into the spirit of the Levites. So that means because of the priest, right? The woman, that they're supposed to have is supposed to be a virgin.
Sure.
You see, but the law was written in our inward parts, man, and then it was brought into remembrance. So that means that these are the instructions, man. So hey, man, the scripture says right here, it says, which show the work of the law written in their hearts, their conscience also bearing witness, and their thoughts, the mean while accusing or else accusing one another. In the day when Yahawashi shall judge the secrets of men by Yahawashi HaMashiach according to my gospel, man. You see? So by nature, man, you know certain things are not right, man. it's just in your spirit, you know, like it's, you know what I mean, like it's your spirit telling you, man. So you know, just like how they say in the world, you know, they say, you know, Khan, exactly, you know, like I had a feeling, or you know, I heard a voice. Hey man, like it's your spirit telling you, you know, giving you these different instructions. You see what I mean? You know, don't do that. You know, I had a feeling, you know, like I don't know what it was, you know, but I had a feeling, you know, that it wasn't right. It's because, you know, the spirit, you know, by nature telling you these things, yeah? Right? That's right. You know, I believe, you know, yeah, you know, that was it. That was it.
Revelation 17:3. So he carried me away in the spirit into the wilderness, and I saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-colored beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. And the woman was arrayed in purple and scarlet colors, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand, full of abomination and filthiness of her fornication. And upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth. And I saw the woman drunken with the blood of the saints and with the blood of the martyrs of Yahawashi. And when I saw her, I wondered with great admiration. And the angel said unto me, Wherefore didst thou marvel? I will tell thee the mystery of the woman and of the beast that carried her, which had 7 heads and 10 horns. You know?
That's America, which is the embodiment of wickedness. She is the mother of harlots. You know, the mother of harlots and abomination. You know? This is where we started. It said you have to experience her in order to know wickedness, judge between wickedness and righteousness. The Lord has to thrust us into the whore's
bed. Let them push her in the bed, man. Oh my God.
You know, there was that one, you know, I'm a scripture which goes into I forget who it was, but the Lord told one of the prophets to go and to get a harlot. You see, like, and to lay. Hey, it's the same thing, man.
Yeah.
You see, which was to show an example, you know, of Israel, basically, you know, dealing with different, you know, harlots, ideologies, etc. You see what I mean? So, you know, there you have it, man. And he actually had a child with her, man.
But the point was just that he marveled. He was in admiration, so much as the ways of the wicked seduces. You know, he was in that. And he's like, damn, you know. And that was a man of the word.
Yeah.
You know.
That's right. That's right. Because, you know, like, you know, she looked. Hey, you know, even though she was a harlot, you know, I mean, she looked good. She was a badass. You know,
oh man.
That's right. Yeah.
Like they say in the world, a bad bitch.
God, she was a bad bitch. She was a bad bitch. And then she's still a bitch.
Yeah, here you go.
Right? So,
shit.
you know.
This is the book of Proverbs 5:3. For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil.
Damn.
But her end, see that?
That's crazy. That's right, man.
But her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword.
Damn, bro, she'll cut you, you know, she'll cut the spirit, man.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah, come on.
yeah, man. What was that one? Yo, hold on. What was that one precept where it talks about? A wounded spirit who can bear. That's in Sirach, right? Okay, you know, there's another one. I believe it talks about in the Apocrypha. Oh, con, I found it. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 17. The stroke of the whip maketh marks in the flesh, but the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. You see what I mean? But the stroke of the tongue breaketh the bones. You see what I mean? Yeah, that's crazy.
If I may add, you know, the woman being the weaker vessel, she knows she can't fight a man hand to hand.
Oh yeah.
So you know how they say the woman is the second thing, is the second strongest after the truth, because she knows how to use the words. You know, like she can entice you with the words, she can hurt you with those words.
That's right.
You know.
That's right.
So she knows how to use it. You know.
Right. You know, that's why it talks about this right here. It says, chapter 25, verse 20, as the climbing up a sandy way is the, select it. As the climbing up a sandy way is to the feet of the aged, so is a wife full of words to a quiet man. Right? You know, she knows how to use the word, or she talks like, you know, she talks a lot, man.
God.
You see what I mean? It's grievous, it's heavy unto a quiet man.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, the point was what? Is that it's given unto these women, you know, to be able to yap.
Yep. God.
Shit, but her hand is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Verse 5, her feet go down to death, her steps take hold on hell.
That's where she goes, man. That's where she goes, left, you know what I mean? You know, I would say, like I was just thinking of the lyrics. You know, I'm a Bruno Mars. You know, I remember one of the lyrics that he mentioned was something about the woman. You know, he said something about, you know, go back to hell where you came from. You know, take me to, you know,
Oh man.
you know, go back to hell where you came from, something like that. You know, and you know, talking about the woman, you know, basically like I'm gonna take a bullet for you, you know what I mean? But you know, I'm gonna go back to hell where you came from.
Oh man.
And this and that, but anyways, man. But it's true, you know, like you just said right here, like you know, I'm her feet go down to hell, etc. Right?
Yeah. Proverbs chapter 7 and 24. Hearken unto me now, therefore, O you children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways. Go not astray in her path, for she hath cast down many wounded. Right, but you said, you brought out the tongue with the bones. That also goes into the decrees, man. The decrees of Esau, Edom.
Yeah. Right now,
That's
right. Like he's just talking, he's making mandates. Yeah. You know, he hasn't really done anything as in, like actually, like, you know, I'm gonna physically force you. But a lot of people, you know, they're actually being broken down by this man's words. Because, you know, his greatest blessing is actually the sword. And so if he has to revert to that, he will do that. Right? But right now, it's just words right now, right?
Words of deception. So she has cast down many wounded, yet many strong men have been slain by her. Strong men. See, you marvel. You marvel.
Yeah.
But this fool angel with him, yo, bro.
Why you marvel?
Yeah. That's what we said. Wisdom and knowledge shall be distributed at that time.
That's right. That's right.
This move, you said that earlier. Without YAHAWASHI, there will be no deliverance.
That's right. It said that, you know, she cast out many wounded, you know, so there's people that are already broken down at their weakest points. Hey, you know, you're right. That's right, you know, many wounded, right? So, hey, you know, that's why they talk about, you know, like, hey, man, you know, you don't want to be weak in the mind, man, otherwise you're going to be taken, you know, swiftly by these women and these are Edom as well.
Yesterday, when we were coming back from Montreal, the brother played a song from the old days, you know. The woman is poison.
Oh yeah.
She's a poison, you know. She's a devil, you know. So we're like, yo, these guys were prophesying, huh? Back in the days, man, you know, because they were on it, man. You know.
Like old song, like what, 60s, 70s,
80s, yeah. It's like you hear it in the beat too, you know. What? Yeah, that's a heavy one. Yeah. One wrong move. You make one wrong move, man. She's a devil. Oh man.
and they knew that in the 80s, 70s.
Yeah.
Yo, how much more now? And not only that, King Solomon, yo, and that was, you know what I mean? Yo, that was back then, man. Back then. And he said that there was no righteous woman, and women were better then.
You know?
Hey, man. Come on, man.
Shit.
Like, being made manifest, man. You listen to these songs right now, it's madness, bro. Doja Cat.
Yo.
They say, I want to fuck all the time. Slack, I don't even know. I
Yo.
heard the song, I'm like, yo, what is this, bro?
Yo.
I think I want to F all night.
Yo.
Come on, bro. It's like little girls listen to this.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's right, man.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw with Cardi and the other one came out, I thought the Lord coming back.
Yeah, yes.
What?
bro.
Yeah.
No,
This can be serious.
No, come on, bro.
No, they made it to the Grammys, yo.
They made it to the Grammy. They had Lil Nas on deck.
Oh.
They had, bro. Even that. Like, bro.
Diddy was clapping.
Bro, like, this is crazy, bro. The Lord has to bring judgment.
That's right.
They say in due time, yes, but we hasten the day, bro.
Yeah.
This is madness.
Yeah.
Like, people were telling me, oh, he's doing it. I didn't want to watch the videos, bro. Somehow, like, yo, I don't know what happened, bro. I just,
Shit.
bro, it was the one in the prison. I couldn't do 10, 15 seconds, bro. I'm like, yo, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy, bro. I don't know if you brothers seen the videos, bro.
I seen one yesterday, man.
Oh man,
Just one. I said,
no,
fuck
no,
it, man.
No, don't even. That's
Shit.
it's madness, bro.
Yeah.
How is this? Millions of views, though.
Yeah, bro. Yo, I'm pretty sure, like, if you look now, it's probably like 1 billion views.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know what's crazy? I'm a Cardi B. She got an award for most influential woman of, I'm a 2020.
Yeah.
Yo, and that was, after that song, had come out. Most influential woman, bro. We talking, you were given this harlot, that power. So then now, guess what? You got you have all of these women who are, let's say somewhat decent. Now, doubts are starting, right? I'm going to be able to creep into their minds as to thinking that, this is probably, like what I have to revert or do in order to, you know what I mean? Gain, some sort of attention.
Poison.
That's crazy, man.
Who's really the victim? These little girls that are watching. Well, really,
Come on, bro.
Shit.
really the real victim will be the man. Because
Yeah.
these women are just being monsters, man.
Yeah.
Hopping. In one of her tracks, that same song, she said, I have no type.
Oh.
So what does that mean?
Open.
You've been trying different, you've been explicit. She's solid.
Bro.
She thinks she's solid.
No, you see?
Yeah, I have no type. She's experiencing. That's crazy. Like that. Like what the fuck? You're a woman, bro. Get in your position, man. Shut your mouth, man. And, go in your dungeon, man.
I don't cook, I don't, I don't
Yeah.
cook, I don't clean.
What are you here for?
Your role, man.
You know?
Yeah,
Your role is to obey the man.
That's right.
Shit.
Okay?
That's right.
The scriptures tell you that thy desire shall be unto thy husband, man.
That's right.
The paper trail goes back to Esau.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. And Esau, he puts Jake out there, as the face of wickedness.
Yeah.
And Jake, hey man, just
Take the back.
just constantly falls for it, man. And then now it's like, when you look at all of these different nations, they point their fingers at Jake and like, you see, no wonder why they're in this position.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. Hey, that's it, bro. They mock at us, man. But when brothers gather together, doing the work of the Lord, now they're pointing fingers, like you guys are in a cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hold on, didn't you have a Bible in your church?
Yeah.
All we're doing is reading the scriptures.
That's right. That's right.
And it's actually not even this is the word of the Lord. So who are you really coming up against, man? Tell you that this word is backwards, man. This world is backwards, man. It's ruled by Satan.
Yeah. And like ultimately they all expect us to be like the rest of the 2/3, right?
Yeah.
Because then now when they see that, like you actually have some men who are seeking righteousness, I'm a what's his name? Vocab Malone, you see, this is a threat because they would rather us be a bunch of niggas, like, you see what I mean? talk shit to each other, only rap about, guns, women, adultery, etc. That's what they want us to do. But when we do the total opposite, now it's like, that's not right. You see what I mean? That's why it tells you in the book of Amos, I believe. No, not Amos, the book of Obadiah 1 and 10, or I think it might be Amos as well. Let me get it real quick here out there. Khan. Amos chapter 1 verse 11, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgression of Edom, and for 4 I will not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever. You see? So he kept his wrath forever. That's why he's constantly, promoting Jake as the face of wickedness, man, all over the earth. Like Lil Nas, man. I hope that nigga is a heathen, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit is grievous, bro. But he comes in a manner of, I'm joking. Everything is a joke.
Yeah, like a woman.
Right? Come on, bro, like a woman. Everything is a joke.
Shit.
But yet, he actually stirs up people's spirits, man. He actually gets people angry, man, by the things that he promotes. Because why? Because children watch him. Majority of his subscribers are children. You see? But this dude is pregnant, man.
Whoa. That goes into their agenda of eliminating the gender lines.
That's right.
But you went from being the mom to birthing people.
There's a video on breakfast club. I don't care what the parents do. I'm not responsible for the parents. So like, I'm not responsible for the children.
Oh.
What you say? F the children?
Yeah.
What you said? Fuck the kids, bro. See? He said that of his own mouth. So it's like, but who's putting who's giving them these platforms?
Yeah, it's
how is this guy making crazy music videos and all these,
Yeah. That's right, man. Because at one point, the first one that he came up with, there was a lot of people, that listened to it, etc. Majority of them are children. And then he went on to so-called he came out the closet, and then now he's doing this. What is next? You see what I mean? What's next, man? So that's crazy, man.
It's also pursuing to Revelation 12 and 12, the devil coming down having great wrath.
Yeah.
You said
he did perpetually, and he kept his wrath forever.
He kept his wrath forever.
That's right.
Shit.
He kept his wrath forever. That's him promoting trap. Chicago, all of a sudden, all the Chicago trap drill music comes out. That's the devil having great wrath because he knows that he has but a short time. He wants Jake to kill each other. And what's next? Promoting Horden, Bart, all these other artists.
Yep.
Now Lil Nas. That's a different step, bro. Instead, he went like he's going hard, bro.
Yeah, bro. He is going hard, bro. He's actually pushing out Satanism.
Yep.
That shoes that he came up with.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
It was, like I believe it was like a Nike, I'm a 666.
Yeah.
And then apparently like it had a drop of blood.
Yeah.
And there was only like I'm a 600. I'm a 600 and 66 pairs. 666. And every shoes has a drop of blood. And people bought that shit, bro. You see? And then I believe I'm a Nike like I'm a sued him. You see? Because I believe he didn't have any deals or anything with Nike, but he just went on to do that, out of his own will.
That's the thing. It's really not. There's people behind that.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. They probably paid him more than they took it from his check.
Yeah.
There's a commercial. I believe it's a commercial It's him with one of the RAWCHAA.
God.
The Cesar Borgia. Cesare Borgia.
Wow.
You know the
I'm not surprised.
his name might be David RAWCHAA.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the son of one of the RAWCHAA.
Yeah.
He's in the commercial with that guy.
Shit.
See, that's it. You know, those are those, you know, promotions that you get for pushing out, you know, these heavy, you know, demonic vibration that he's doing right now. Like just recently, right? Like, you know, now, you know, he's pregnant. You see what I mean? And before, you know, like, you know, he was, you know, like, you know, he was like, you know, kissing like a dude, like on stage, like, you know, not kissing but making out and shit. You see?
Despicable.
Abominations, man.
God.
David Meyer, the RAWCHAA. He did a commercial with Nas X. You don't just hang out with these people.
Bro, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Right? Unless, right? You're getting, you know, you're getting popped. You're doing a bunch of other stuff, right?
Covenant with death, man.
Yeah.
Covenant with death. It's gonna be disannounced regardless, man. You can't speak.
Oh, that's gonna be one of the biggest shame-faced dude in the kingdom, bro.
Yeah.
Yo, you know, like I don't know whose son that's gonna be, but you
No,
know,
no,
Lord
no.
Bowen is not mine.
He's a tear.
Yeah, Lord Bowen.
You're gonna find him in the fields.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Let's grab a few more and then, you know, and then let's wrap it up.
No.
Isaiah 32 and 5, the vile person shall be no more called liberal, nor the churl said to be bountiful. And we get the definition of churl. And it says, for the vile person will speak violently. He has to do what he set out to do. That's how he set up to do. You know? And his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. You know? They were saying, hey, man, how are these nurses going to provide? You know? All these employees of different companies that are showing you, how are they going to provide? He's causing the drink of the thirsty to fail. Right? Because we're all under his system. You know? You got to go to him for one of our things. It says, the instruments also of the churl are evil. Got the churl?
I'm looking for churl. Okay. I was trying to figure out how to write it. So I guess. The Merriam-Webster definition of churl: a medieval peasant, rustic, countryman, a rude, ill-bred person, a stingy, morose person. Ooh.
Yeah, you know.
There's a little more on that.
But the peasants, Synonyms.
Synonyms: bastard, beast, bleeder.
Yo, hold on.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy, bro.
The red man.
Yo, that's how you know, this guy's, you know, constantly asking for blood. He's in his ears. You know, we need to donate blood. You know, right?
Shit.
You know, type whole blood
For the kids.
every 10 minutes, bro. This nigga in my ear, bro. Like, yeah, bro. You're like, it didn't get to the point where I was numb to it, bro. Like, you know, like it was just every time it would come on, like I just wouldn't even hear it. Like, nigga asking for blood, bro. What?
No, that's it.
Right, so, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He devises wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words.
Hey, and you know, like an example of that is this thing right now that, you know, that this man is trying to get everybody to take, that's, deceiving people, man, with lying words, telling you that this thing will, prevent, etc., from people, having severe adverse reactions, to COVID, etc., which is a goddamn lie. It's deceit, man. Right? And then on top of that, here it is, he'll tell you if you don't have the thing, you have to go through this, mandatory test, etc. But then everybody, can potentially have it. So why isn't everybody going through the same thing, man? Why worse, man? Just, confusion. That's what people says. The city of confusion. The city of confusion, what's that? It's chapter 24, Come on. Let me, get that real quick here out here. This is the book of Isaiah. Isaiah chapter 24, verse 10, it says right here, the city of confusion is broken down, every house is shut up, that no man may come in. There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. Ooh. Hey, the mirth of the land is finished, man. You see, hey man, even though you got people, who are sitting down at these restaurants, they're really not happy, man. They're actually mad, bro. And it says the city is left desolate. That's right, man, because there's barely anybody out there anymore, man. You see what I mean? The streets are empty. The storehouses are going to be found empty very soon, right? Like the brother mentioned earlier, there's going to be, a shortage of food. It says, and the gate is smitten with destruction. That's right, man. That's right, man. You see? Yeah, that's
Isaiah 32:7, the instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor, lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. Verse 8 says, but the liberal deviseth liberal things. They elect, exactly. And by liberal things shall he stand.
That's right. We're gonna stand firm regardless, man. You see, Lord, YAHAWASHI that world, that we get to the end, man, because it's all about enduring, man. You see, regardless, we're gonna continue to fight this good fight, man. You see, while this man is just trying to deceive a bunch of people, man. And he will, and you know what? He's actually gonna get a lot of people, man. You see, but that's what we also have to pray, as Buddhists, man. Not only do you pray for yourself, but pray for other Buddhists, man. You see, that the Lord, gives each of us, the strength and the oil, man, to continue to move forward, man. You see, regardless of the situation, man, because like a lot of us are going to lose a lot of things, man. You see, but understand that you're not the only one. You see what I mean? Your fellow brothers also losing, certain things. You see, every brother's going to lose, portions, different things that might mean something to them. But hey, man, the brother said, man, whoever it is that you lose or whatever it is, you're gonna get in the kingdom.
Good.
Even if it's a, like a child or a woman, you're gonna see them in the kingdom, man. It's just right now. This is, a temporary thing, man. You see, it's not gonna last forever, man. You see, so don't lose your salvation because of things that are temporal, man. You see, fight the good fight, man. You see, and believe that at the end you're gonna win, man. You see what I mean? Because hey, Esau has already been, broken down. You see what I mean? Because it's already been written. It's done, man. YAHAWASHI has already overcome. You see? So, this man is not gonna, continue this thing forever, man. So fuck him, man. That was it on that one, huh?
1 Corinthians 9:26, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air.
That's what, hey man, uncertainly. Hey man, we're certain that YAHAWASHI is gonna return, man. You see what I mean? We're not doing this thing in vain. You see what I mean? Now we do it in hopes to be delivered because as the scripture says, the definition of hope, right? Right? That's right, man. But seeing, that's right, man. So you see, even though we don't see it, we believe in it, and that's enough. That's all we need, man. We don't need to see it to believe it. Even though the Lord, had revealed the chariots, etc. to me, but right, right. But we don't need to, right? We don't need to see it to believe it, man. That's the difference between men that YAHAWASHI had, given them the gift of faith, and them that are carnal. They need to see it to be able to move forward. Nah, man. Lord YAHAWASHI will that we continue to move this way, man. You see?
Even those chariots, those sightings, even the Pentagon had to bring out some facts about it.
Yeah.
But the fact that it went over the people's heads.
Yeah.
At one point they were talking about it heavily, and now you don't hear a word about it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's
It's like we're gonna tell you it's there, but then after a while you're gonna forget about it.
That's right. That's right. And one of the brothers basically said was that expect a lot of people to so-called become wise very soon here,
Woke.
right? Woke when it comes to the RFID chip,
God.
because everybody's gonna want to be able to use that as an opportunity, you see, to uplift their a platform, etc. You see, now they want to become, when the prophets have been talking about the RFID chip for how many years now, you see, but nobody gives us no credit. You see what I mean? Nobody gives the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone any credit for, hey, everything that's happening right now. The apostles were talking about this thing many years ago, man. But because they're the poor, and the lowly, nobody heard or hearkened unto it, man. You see what I mean? So expect a lot of people to come up now and pretty much I'm gonna say certain things about the RFID chip, etc. They're gonna try to sound wise when really these are a bunch of opportunists, man. You see, when they see opportunity, then they want to jump into it. You see what I mean? When really these people are actually going off, man. You see, they're not the prophets of the Lord. Alright, how's it now? Did you finish on reading?
Yeah. Sirach 13 and 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue, and look what he said, they extol it to the clouds. But if a poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this? And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Because a lot of our people right now, who they watch are usually people that have a lot of viewers. You see, because that's literally all that's literally all the big stuff, man. But the poor, man, hey, where actual wisdom is, like even like within these different videos that you watch, if the apostles were doing a video about history, etc., you barely have any viewers. You see, it's because people like I'm a content, like when you were talking about the woman, right? People watch those videos a lot more than a video that goes into history, etc. Right? You see,
Clickbait.
that's right, man. Clickbait, yeah.
Edomite getting slashed with the word.
Yeah, you see, like in those titles, where you see 50, 60, K, I'm a viewers.
Yeah.
Edomite smoke getting, come on, man.
The spirit leaving Edomite.
Come on, man.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I titled this long.
This is Ecclesiastes 9 and 15. Now there was found in it, verse 14, there was a little city and few men within it, and there came a great king against it and besieged it and built great bulwarks against it. Now there was found in it a poor wise man, and he by his wisdom delivered the city.
That's right.
Yet no man remembered that same poor man.
Wow, and he delivered a whole city, man, but nobody remembered him. Wow.
It says, then said I, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard.
That's right, man. That's right. Hey, man. And with that, we're gonna wrap it up. Lord willing, that you guys, the people and sisters were edified. Shalom. We're gonna give all praise and glory unto the Lord.
Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, QADASH.
Double honors to our apostles and our elders. Until next time, Shalom, YAHAWASHI.
Shalom.
That's right.